There is something someone has done to you or is doing to you right now that looks like nothing. No shouting, no argument, no words at all. Just absence, just silence. And somehow that silence is making you question everything. Your memory, your behavior, your sanity. That is not an accident. That silence is a weapon, and it was pointed at you deliberately. In 1998, a psychologist named Kipling Williams at Purdue University began studying what happens to the human brain when it is ignored. What he found disturbed him. Being deliberately ignored, not forgotten, not overlooked, but deliberately shut out, activates the exact same neural pathway as physical pain. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a broken bone and a broken silence. That means every time someone goes quiet on purpose, they are not withdrawing. They are hitting you, just in a place no one else can see. The silent treatment works for one reason. Your brain is a threat detection machine. When communication stops, your brain does not interpret it as peace. It interprets it as danger. It immediately begins scanning. What did I do wrong? How do I fix this? How do I make them talk to me again? And in that scanning, in that desperate search for what you did wrong, you have already handed over control. You are no longer thinking about whether their behavior was acceptable. You are thinking about how to undo yours. That is the mechanism. That is why it works. Not because you are weak, because you are human. But here is what most people miss. The silent treatment has two versions, and only one of them is a weapon. Knowing which one you are dealing with changes everything. Stop. Before we go further, I need you to think about something. Think about the last time someone went silent on you. Not during a phone call that dropped. Not in a moment of genuine hurt where they needed space. I mean the silence that had a weight to it. The silence you could feel. The silence that made you pick up your phone and put it down 17 times. How long did it last? And when it ended? Who broke it? I am willing to bet it was you. And I am willing to bet that when you broke it, you apologized. Even if you had no idea what you were apologizing for. That moment, that apology, was the whole point. There is a psychological term for what just happened to you. Researchers call it coercive silence. Unlike genuine emotional withdrawal, coercive silence is calculated. It has a target, it has a timeline, and it has an intended outcome. The person using it knows exactly what they are doing. They have watched it work on you before. They know your threshold, exactly how long it takes before you break. And they wait, not because they are hurt, because they are patient. The cruelest part is this: coercive silence requires no effort. It costs the person using it nothing, while it costs you everything: your sleep, your focus, your sense of self. You are doing all the emotional labor of an argument that hasn't even started yet. That is the design. Remember what I told you at the beginning. Your brain reads silence as pain. Now think about what happens when that pain is applied repeatedly, strategically, over months, over years. The research is unambiguous. People who experience prolonged coercive silence begin to change. Not dramatically, not all at once. They become smaller. They preemptively manage the other person's mood. They edit themselves before speaking. They feel a chronic, low-level anxiety that they eventually mistake for their own personality. They stop saying what they think because they have learned, through experience, that saying the wrong thing leads to silence, and silence, for their nervous system, means pain. So they go quiet too, before they can be silenced. That is not a character flaw. That is a trauma response, installed by someone who used silence as a tool. Here is the truth. The silent treatment is not someone being hurt. It is someone choosing to hurt you, using the appearance of doing nothing. The deniability is the point. The confusion is the point. Your desperate need to fix it is the point, because they can always say, I just needed space. I wasn't ready to talk. Why are you making such a big deal out of nothing? And you, because you have been conditioned by this cycle, will probably believe them, or worse. You will believe yourself. You will decide that you are too sensitive, too needy, too much. You are not too much. You were simply never told that silence, in the right hands, is the loudest weapon in the room. Now you know. Knowing the weapon exists is one thing. Understanding why you keep standing in its way, even after you recognize it, even after you have named it, even after conversations exactly like this one. That is a different question entirely. And the answer to that question does not start with the person who silenced you. It starts much earlier than that.